Yeah. Magicians only. That's the code. You wanna see the impossible.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Magicians Only. Are you a magician? Are you a magician? That's fantastic. Me too! Join the club. Welcome to Everything About Magic, and I hope you enjoyed the new theme song. It's just another version of this whole AI theme song experimentation thing that we're doing. At the end of this episode, I'll be playing you one of my favorites. It's a bit like a Cheers theme song that AI put together for Magicians Only. It's so much fun. Anyway, welcome to part 3 of Alex Boyer. So before we do this, a couple of things. First of all, don't forget, Magicians Only is sponsored by the fabulous, what? Magic on the Go at what? magiconthego.com. Imagine if you had to buy each of those videos. If you bought each video, it's like 940 odd videos right now. We're almost at 1,000. I mean, if you had to buy each one for just $1 each, that's $900. Guys, it's literally, it works. If you go and you just do the annual subscription, it's less than $20 a month. I mean, it's what you get. It's the best deal in magic. I don't know how much longer we can keep this going with the monthly. I think this might be the last month available with the monthly subscriptions available to you guys, because it's just too much. It's just too much content. I'm getting a lot of shit from my friends who are like, you're giving away too much, and I think I might be. So go to magiconthego.com, check it out. There's all kinds of amazing stuff there. The suspension playlist, the egg bag, the cards to pocket, the diminishing cards, the poker stuff, and if you I think by now we're at the 3rd episode in, so I think we just published, or we're about to publish, the special gimmick for the Dippy Magnet. I've been holding it back and wanting to just kind of use it for myself, but I am revealing it on Magic on the Go just for the members. So that might be a limited time. Some of the videos I put on are like for limited time frames. Just, kind of the way Netflix puts stuff on and takes it off. So I would check it out right now while you can, if you can. So we are here with episode 3. As you know, last week's episode, Alex got very deep, vulnerable, and truly honest, beautifully honest about his experience making big trick energy. And I really hope that the guys get together and do the show that they really wanted to make. I would give anything to see that. I think that would be absolutely spectacular. This episode, we're going to talk about FISM. I was at FISM 2025. It was one of the most, it's basically an all-you-can-eat magic buffet. There's people who are competing for the Global Magic Olympics trophy, which is FISM, or trophies, which are FISM. I wasn't competing. I'm too old for that shit. I was giving a talk. I was giving a lecture. Actually, 2 lectures. First one was Acting for Magicians, which I did with Chris Philpott, and we're going to do that soon as a 3-day seminar, so stay tuned for that. Also, I gave a talk which I call my Supercharged Magic Lecture, all of which is available on Magic on the Go, and I did my 90-minute one-man show. Crammed it into about an hour, actually, and it was amazing. The stage was huge. We got amazing photographs from the event, and I want to thank everybody at FISM because it was a spectacular experience. I loved it. So much magic, but the pressure for the competitors at FISM is enormous. I mean, and the magic is, and the thing is, you sit there and you watch hundreds of competitors and they're all competing, say, in the close-up category, and you see, like, there's one guy dropped a card on a table and it started crawling across the table like a little caterpillar into the box. I mean, it was great. So that was amazing too. Before we flip over to the interview, though, I just want to say 2 things. One, I hope you're checking out on the YouTube channel on Steve Valentine Show and the Magicians Only podcast. I hope you're seeing the Halloween videos that I've been posting, which will give you pranks and kind of Halloween gags to do at your own risk to your families. It's all free, so go check that out. That's all part of the YouTube thing, which we're slowly building up. And that's the first thing. Secondly, Charlie Sheen has been in the news, and I don't know if you saw his documentary, but I really applaud Charlie for being super honest, super vulnerable, mea culpa, and really kind of coming to terms with everything that he's been through. and put everybody else through in the process. Now, I worked with Charlie, so I thought I'd tell you a little Charlie Sheen story. Actually, in putting this together, it made me think about the next episode. The next episode, I am going to do a Hollywood magic episode. I'm going to be talking about magic in television, the magicians that I've played in various TV episodes. I already did one on Monk. The predominance of next week's episode will be about the TV show House, and kind of what that experience was like and how we put together everything that was in that show, how it came about, what I learned while doing it, and what it was like to work with one of my heroes, Hugh Laurie. They say never work with your heroes. Was it good? Was it bad? You'll have to tune in next week to find out. But we are going to be talking a lot about magic in TV. And when I looked at how many times I've played a magician, it's more than I'm comfortably willing to admit. But we ended up doing magic in a couple episodes of a show called Anger Management. Now, the way that this worked out was I had auditioned for this show. Now, when Charlie talks about it on his documentary, so I'm not talking out of school, when Charlie had his winning meltdown, he went from doing 2.5 Men to a series called Anger Management, and it was an incredible deal. They shot 100 episodes in 2 years, which is insane. Basically, what would happen is you would show up, they would say, all right, so Steve, you stand there, let's read it once for camera, okay, let's get Charlie in and film this. And that was it. There was like no rehearsal. There was no time for rehearsal. You're shooting 100 episodes in 2 years. And it's a crazy, crazy business model. But it was fun to kind of be on your toes and kind of have to make it work, right? So, they tell you when you get to this, and this was a show that was run by Bruce Helford, who I'd worked with many times in the past, and a bunch of other guys, and they knew that I used to do magic. And so I'm playing this character called Dr. Leslie Moore, who is basically going to be this nemesis for Charlie's character in the series, in that I'm going to be dating his ex-wife, and I'm a real scumbag, and I'm sleazy, and, basically typecasting. And so, anyway, so I get there. So Leslie Moore, I show up, and I've got, and they're like, the one thing that you have to know about, and again, they talk about this openly, is everything here works on CST. Charlie Sheen time. So we're going to get it ready, and then when Charlie's ready to come down, he'll rehearse, and then when he's ready, he's going to come in and he's going to film it. So the way they set it up is like it's going to be just kind of like crazy. But I got to tell you, when Charlie came on set, he was amazing. He was lovely. He was warm. He was so welcoming, and we had a great time doing the scenes. To the point where he said, "Hey man, you want to do more of these? I don't know, you want to do more?" And I was like, yeah, of course, I would love to do more. He goes, I'll talk to the producers. Next thing you know, I'm coming back to do other episodes. It was a lot of fun. In the process of doing the episodes, one of the things that they decided to have my character do, because he was like hitting on all the women in Charlie's life, because he's a scumbag and a douchebag, was have him do a magic trick on a date. Yes, I know. And the question was what trick to do. So we decided to do this trick. It's called Something Kiss. I forget the. It'll come out here on a title because I'll do some research afterwards. But Something Kiss, and basically the idea is that she signs a card. I fold it, put it in my mouth. No, I sign a card, put it in my mouth. She signs a card, puts it in her mouth. We kiss, and the cards change places. Now, here's the thing. This is a real trick that Dan White did with Scarlett Johansson, Lucky Devil, on Jimmy Fallon, I think it was. And when you're Dan White, maybe you can get away with it. You know what I mean? It's Dan White, Scarlett Johansson, we're all show people. And so it had a great reaction. I think Scarlett actually blushed when it happened. So it's a great trick. It was a great trick, but you have to do it with someone you know. You can't just do it with some woman out of the audience or some dude out of the audience. It's not appropriate, right? There was a guy in Australia who did it, and I think he got punched out by the woman's husband or boyfriend, and that became a whole news story. So it's the kind of trick that nowadays I would put in line with the bra trick as being inappropriate. I cannot put a card in my mouth and ask someone to kiss me in order to make the card change places. It's just not going to happen. So, but we thought that it would be great to do for the show. And so I did it for the actress in question, and we did the scene, and the cards changed places, and it was perfect. So it was. So I do apologize to the magicians out there. Yes, it was a bit of a scummy thing to do. He wasn't a professional magician. It's just he knew a couple of tricks. But that trick, please, if you're thinking of doing that trick, don't. Make it a fist bump. Do something other reason for the cards to change places. You don't have to be kissing strangers, or you could be sued for sexual assault. One of the funniest things that happened was Charlie comes in one Monday morning, and again, he's lovely, he's warm. I got invited to his birthday party. It was great. And he says to me, and Charlie, if you are listening to this, and why would you? But if you are, give me a shout, because I'll give you a shout when I'm in LA next, because I think this could be really fun still. He says to me, you know where I was over the weekend? I'm like, no, where? And he goes, let me show you a video. And he shows me a video of him and some guys in a boat. Some guy with a Scottish accent, and the boat's rocking. I'm like, what's that? And he goes, man, we went to Loch Ness over the weekend. We want to try and find the Loch Ness monster. And I was like, what's the point of being successful if you can't see the things that other people haven't been able to find? Or basically kind of like he wants to find something that is amazing, like the chupacabra or the Loch Ness monster. And I don't know now, having watched the documentary, if this was just a cover story for having a wild weekend, because Charlie is a wild guy. But I like to believe that because I saw the video that he actually did this. So I said to him, Charlie, this is a great television series idea, and I still think it is. Charlie Sheen Monster Hunter. I'm like, Charlie, how about this? The series is we get you up in the morning, we get you to the plane, we go to a country and we search for monsters with you and your buddies, and it's amazing, and there's nightlife and you're meeting everybody. It could be incredible. He really loved the idea. I reached out to a friend of mine at Sci-Fi Network and I said, what would you say to Charlie Sheen Monster Hunter? And they said, we love the idea. But in the end, I think Charlie was into it, but also his people wanted him to focus more on the acting, so it never happened. But at one point, we did have a serious conversation about whether that would be a doable thing. So I don't know if Charlie's interested, but I think just go do it without me. I don't even need to be involved. I think sending Charlie around the world to hunt for monsters would be a hit television series, and I really hope you do it. Hopefully I'll see Charlie when I'm in LA soon and up at the Magic Castle, of which, by the way, he is a member. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, but let's go over and watch part 3 of our Magicians Only interview with Alex Boyer.
Magicians only, where the secrets start to show. Wealth and class in every tale. Honest and funny, we lift the veil.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
So I saw, for those who don't know, I was at FISM. I was performing and lecturing. I'm too old to bloody compete, but I was there and I saw Alex there. And for those who don't know, it's an insane week of competing magicians. People have spent years putting together magic, their own money, their own work, blood, sweat, and tears. They're not getting paid for it in order to go and compete close-up mentalism stage. There's so much magic. I love magic, and I felt like the kid who gets caught smoking, so his dad makes him smoke the whole pack. And it's like that's how it feels. There was an online magic. This was a new thing, right? This was a new category, and you put together this most incredible video, no special effects, no edits, all one shot, which seems to be something that you like to do a lot. Tell everybody about the experience at FISM for you, how you handled it, if you don't mind talking about it.
No, not at all. So the thing, as you mentioned, it was a new category. So I think for everyone at FISM, for the organizer, the judges, and everyone, it was just a new experience, even for the performers or for the magicians.
Yeah.
So I don't think people really knew what to do with it, which is okay. It's the first time. For my part, I like to see magic. It's going to sound super cheesy, but for real as a art form. All right. Done right. Obviously, we all know that, whatever, but magic is art. Okay.
Yeah.
Music is magic. Magic is painting. Magic is everywhere. Magic is love. Love is magic. Magic is an art done right. So for me, the online competition was just only to try and win, but to also inspire kids and open doors for other people who just want to, understand, see magic online, because let's face it, everything is online. So my goal was just to inspire. And I made this video this way because there's sleight of hand in it. There's kind of a, stage trick, a parlor trick, trick done with the whole stage, of the video.
Yep.
With people, with assistant. There's levitation, there's string, there's coin, there literally everything. Everything you can think about magic. This is it. Instead, unless there's no doves though. Bird magic or animal magic, but everything is there.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm sure I'm gonna win. That's my ego talking. And people were telling me since day one at FISM, you're gonna win, you have the best video, blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude, even if I go third place, I'm happy. If I don't win, I'm still gonna be proud of myself. All right. So the fact that I'm already in Italy, I won. That's the only thing I'm saying to myself.
Yeah.
So basically, I didn't win. And I was feeling very sad because I wanted truly to win, but it's a learning curve. I'm still super proud of myself. And there's a lot of my heroes that came to me and said that, I was their favorite video. So
it was amazing.
I'm very happy, very proud of myself. The issue is not only about the online magic competition, but it's about all the competition, because for the first time in FISM, I think, this is what I heard, there were a lot of drama regarding who won and who didn't win. Even a couple of winners didn't want to go on stage to claim their prize because they knew it's like they were saying, telling themselves, I shouldn't win. This guy should have won, So there was like just a lot of confusion, and it was a confusing competition.
People didn't understand the judging process, right? Do you?
Yes.
The thing that I remember about your was when they initially played the video, the sound was
so, and it opens.
Was devastating to you. I saw the impact it had on you.
Oh my God, my soul left my body, dude. Literally, I became white like this. So yeah, basically they played a video in front of everyone, because another confusing part, I still don't know to this day if the audience voted for this as well or didn't.
Right.
But some people say yes, some people say no. But anyways, so on the big screens, they played the acts of the online magic competition. Mine starts, boom, from Canada, Alex Boyer, let's go, one take madness. And I'm there watching it. Sean Farquhar is there. Henry Harris is there. Like all the fucking masters. They're just like, and I'm like, oh fuck, there's no sound. But they just keep playing it. There's no sound. Everyone's just like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, I was crying, man.
I saw you.
I was crying out of me.
Your eyes were so red. You were like, I felt so bad for you, man. Because I know the effort you put into it, and
thank God they played
everybody.
Thank God they played back one more time after I think one or two competitors on stage. So that was okay. But I mean, it's the Magic Olympics, guys. Fucking press play and put the sound on.
It's a video, right? I mean, yeah, no.
But
also like you kind of like your initial impact is
that's right.
Yeah. Maybe we've got like some jets going overhead. Maybe there's either a link or we can add the video to this interview so everybody can see it. I'd love everyone. What have you? I'm assuming it's on your site.
Yeah, no, it's on Instagram and my Facebook. Okay. But I'm going to actually reveal the behind the scene in like a week. I'm going to show people how everything works. Just because like it's first of all, some of the effects there are mine.
Okay.
So I'm like, if you feel it, I don't mind. And I want to show people the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears that I put in as well.
Sometimes in magic, there are tricks that are interesting effects, but the methods are so clever. You kind of really want to show people what it takes. There's a trick we called for want of a better term, it's actually known as the shower of gold. I shit you not. And it's in Hoffman's Modern Magic. It goes all the way back. And I was at Owen's Magic one day in Azusa in California, and they built one, but they built it with brand new technology. And I think they were like $10,000 each. And the trick is it's a candy jar. There's a glass candy jar on a table. You cover it with a cloth. The lid of the candy jar, the top of it is poking through a hole in the cloth. The whole thing's examined. And then you take a bunch of coins and you make them disappear, and you can hear them fall into the jar. And so when the spectator removes the cloth, it's full of coins, and you pour them out, and you can do it a second time. And I have a video. You know what? I'll put the video at the end of this as well, because I think people should see it. The effect is nice. The method was ridiculous.
You're absolutely 1000% right. Sometimes the method is way more fucking impressive than anything else.
Yeah.
And that's why we did the cold opens on Big Trick Energy. The method was way fucking more interesting than the effect. You know, like, okay, yes, we make a full restaurant appear in a second in an empty space, but the method, bro.
Yeah, the method is so clever. And then two ways of enjoying something.
The thing about method also, if I can add something real quick, is that Ramsey always told me something back in the day when I was starting to teach magic on YouTube. Because the magic world have to really understand that there's, a true difference between revealing magic and teaching magic.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
But most magicians don't fucking know the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a difference.
Tone, attitude, and intent, right? Like, are you wanting to teach something so someone can learn how to do it, or are you just like, this is how it's done, now go fuck over a magician? There's very different.
If your goal is to inspire people, go ahead, man. Like right now, an 8-year-old is not reading books; is watching YouTube. So if you go like this and you turn your camera around, and the video stops. This is revealing tricks.
Right.
This is destroying the magic community. Yeah. But if you teach about how to take the card, why would you do this? How do you hold the card? Take your first finger. You might spark something in their mind for them to create something new even.
Sure.
It's all about inspire. Yeah. All this to say.
No,
Chris always told me.
I agree.
He's like, when you give a bit more knowledge to an art form to the audience, they get to appreciate the art form way more afterwards. Not necessarily about revealing effects or things like that, but sometimes when you know how things works, you can appreciate the art way more. It's like acting, music, anything. It takes so much practice for a guitar player to play, because everyone has fucking played with a guitar once in their life. They can appreciate the art, but magic is probably one of the only art form that the performer practice something that the public will never see.
Yeah. Yeah,
sometimes
there's a lot to be said on that, and it's such a fine line, right? But intent.
Yes,
there are people that are out there that are just exposing tricks because it makes money and it gets clicks, and
I know.
I equate that to bullying, because it's just designed to hurt people. So for me,
I agree.
Like, you're hurting the magician because you're revealing something. First of all, you're revealing something you don't own and you didn't create.
Yeah. Yes.
And there's a number of guys who are doing that right now. And,
oh my God!
And they know that that somebody does that trick in their show, so they're hurting that person. Plus, they're also hurting the audience, right? Because somebody can come across an exposure video; it's over in a nanosecond. And, oh, that's how it works. I wish I didn't know that now. And and that kind of spoils the experience. We've all done shows where we see the impact that magic has on people. It can be quite emotional. I've had grown-ass soldiers come up to me after shows and go like, dude, I felt like I was 5 years old again, and they're crying. Like, you can have a beautiful experience with magic. And so I that kind of thing I equate to just bullying, online bullying, and I wish there was something that we could do.
Yeah.
But they've always existed, and that's the thing, right? These people have always existed. In some respects, some of the older guys who wrote magic books back in the day, there was this French magician who was, I want to say Ponson wrote the book, or was it de Cromps? I was one of the two. I cannot remember which one was the magician and which one was the exposer. But somebody hated this one French magician so much, he wrote an entire book exposing his entire show. But now,
Oh my God.
now, I mean, that's dedication. But now we have that book, and it's actually kind of a window into the methods of the past. Same with Professor Hoffman on modern magic. A lot of those were
Right.
articles in magazines, and then they were collected, right? Will Goldstein used to steal magicians' tricks and put them in his books. But now,
Oh my God.
because we have a record of some of this crazy mechanical shit that we would never know about.
Fuck.
So there's
That's
this fine
insane.
line, but they were always done teaching.
And the other thing that, I mean, you have to see the positive in everything, I think, especially as an artist, because who solved that for me? Who did that? Who revealed that? You know, it's like, it's always those fucking questions in your mind, in your heart. And it's like, well, also, what if you try to work more? You know, it's like, what if you try and create things that actually works for you instead of buying a trick?
Yeah.
Please buy from the magic shop, guys. Buy. But like, instead of just buying a product and be like, all right, I'll perform it. Like, what if you just, again, think for 5 minutes about your life, about what happened, events that happened in your life, you know, heartbreaks, family, money, anything.
Yeah.
Dude, it's not that it's difficult. It just takes time. And I think like the big takeaway from all of this is like, be true to yourself and try to come up with stories. And maybe you can add magic around that after, because it's going to feel like it's new just because it's true to yourself. You know, I think. Might be wrong, but yeah.
I think you're right. And I mean, I wrote Life and Other Deceptions, my show. I wrote that. I wrote the stories first and then figured out how to put the magic in it later, and didn't kind of, didn't try to kind of wrote myself into a certain trick. I was like, okay, how can I make this work? And if this would be a great effect that could work there if I could figure this out. And I think that's how you do it. All right, I'm going to end up. I want to thank you for your time here. This has been lovely, and for your honesty,
pleasure,
and taking us behind the scenes. And I think you're a fantastic magician. I love your work, and
appreciate it.
Everything you do is great. And I think people...
You don't have to lie to the camera, Steve, by the way.
That's what I do for a living, man.
It's so hard for me to take compliments, dude.
It's right here. It's on my teleprompter.
The prompter's there, yeah.
Wait, did I do the bit about how... Yeah, okay, right.
That's right.
Alex, if people want to find you, where do they go?
Instagram, Alex Boyer. Facebook, Alex Boyer. YouTube, Alex Boyer Magic. You'll find everything there if you want to learn great magic. Don't subscribe to my channel. Go see what Steve is teaching on his crazy platform. It's amazing. And yeah, man, this is it.
Thanks. It's great having you here, my brother. All right, I'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Wasn't that great? So huge thanks to Alex Boyer for spending the time with us and being so open and beautiful about and honest about all of his experiences in magic. I mean, he's got a great future ahead of him, and hopefully at some point we'll work together on something. I think he's one of the most talented, creative guys that we have. Check out his website. It looks really great, guys. It's super impressive. Oh, wait a second. Almost forgot. I promised you 2 videos at the end of this, didn't I? The Alex Boyer FISM video, the one that we discussed in this episode, and also the unfortunately named Shower of Gold video that I shot at Owen's Magic Supreme years ago. The incredible effect that we mentioned. So let's do this. Let's start with the Shower of Gold, and then we will end with Alex Boyer on FISM. Okay, here we go. You're ready. All right, so I'm here at Owen's Magic Supreme in gorgeous Azusa, California, and I'm thrilled to present to you a trick that goes all the way back to the 1800s, maybe before. I read about it in Professor Hoffman's Modern Magic, and it had the unfortunate title of the Shower of Gold, but it's a good trick, so don't worry about it. It's a gorgeous trick. Now, Owen's Magic has updated it and created a miracle, and I'm I'm getting an opportunity to perform it, which very few people do. So, first of all, I've got a little candy jar. Now, this one's got some crystals in it, which you can see right here. But we're not going to use these crystals, so we'll get rid of those. And we're just going to use the candy bowl, and I'm going to have somebody examine it. Oh, hello! Jason Latimer, are you here?
Yes,
would you come over here and just have a look at it? Could you verify for everybody watching at home? You have no idea what I'm about to do, do you?
Absolutely no idea.
He doesn't know.
No idea.
And that's the bowl, and would you have a look at the lid as well? Is there anything inside?
There's nothing
inside. Here, nothing inside. Yeah, okay, great. Nothing there. All right, thank you. Give Jason a big round of applause. Thank you, Ben. You can go back to your seat, Jason. Okay, that's enough. Okay. So look, I'm not loading anything inside. I'm not secretly placing anything inside of it. Now, what this is a money generator, and that's why it's called the shower of gold. I'm going to create money from nothing, produce it within the vacuum of this candy jar, which is real crystal candy. Now, of course, we need darkness in order for this to happen. So I'm going to cover the bowl up like this, because we need to create a little warmth, a little darkness for the money to generate. And I do want to show you, it is still empty. It is a crystal jar. Now, ladies and gentlemen, watch very, very carefully, because the first thing I'm going to do is reach out and grab a handful of gold. Here we go. Handful of gold. It's the first time this has been done in years. There it is. Did you hear that? So, it's important to know that timing is everything, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do it again. This time it's going to blow your minds. I reach out here, a handful of gold. 1, 2, 3. Did you hear it arrive? Now here's the amazing thing. You've seen the top of the candy jar the entire time, right? It's there. If this had moved, you would have heard something like, I don't know, like a little rattle of crystal, something like that. But it didn't. It's been there the whole time. Jason, I'm not going to open it. Would you come over here, please? And stand here so everyone can see. Would you very carefully lift off the cloth? And let's see if we've been able to create gold within the candy jar. This is the shower of gold. And here is Alex's submission for FISM for online magic. Enjoy. Well, that's it for another episode of Magicians Only. Once again, huge thanks to Alex Boyer. That was just lovely. And don't forget, Magicians Only is sponsored by Magic on the Go with almost 1,000 videos, including the entire Cards to Pocket C2P Masterpiece massive playlist, almost about 120 videos. In fact, you know what we'll do is we'll just end this episode. I'll play you the original trailer from when this came out so you get an idea of what's in C2P. And remember, when you see this, this is just one small part of what is available on Magic on the Go when you subscribe. Peace out, people. Hi everybody, my name's Steve Valentine. For the last 3 years, I have been researching 10 Cards to Pocket. I've gone through over 150 years worth of material, magazines, books, articles. I collected all this material. I ended up with a 300-page research document just for me. I thought, well, it seems a bit selfish to keep it to myself. And so I created this. Close-up, sleight of hand, self-working, amazing routines, incredible presentations, funny gags and bits of business. This is C2P, Cards to Pocket.